Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tina and it is a beautiful day to be creating with you. I am really excited because Thanksgiving has just passed, which means I have all things Christmas coming my way. So I'm really excited because this year for Christmas, I plan on doing a lot of scrapbooking and sharing it here with you guys. I am scrapbooking years past, and even this year already prepping it. So here I have our awesome Silver Bells collection. This is really gorgeous, and I have a special event coming up. I've asked my husband for one thing, and that is to go to Longwood Gardens. It is a place that is magical, beautiful, just amazing. I see pictures every single year of how absolutely fantastic it is. And it is 1 hour from my house and I've never been. So here I am going to be working with the Silver Bells scrapbooking workshop. All my scrapbooking ones, I always grab the scrapbook workshop because it comes with things like this. This one came with 4 sheets of this gorgeous exclusive papers. So it was 2 of these, this and this, and I have a note of that when we get started. I love the die cuts. You get 4 sheets of die cuts, then you get your solid cardstock, you get the whole pattern paper pack, the amazing stickers, and if you want, ready, set, go, you get this guide that you can make these 6 pages with. And there's often enough leftovers to get some cards as well out of it. They really are an amazing bang for your buck. I'll put all the details down in the comments for you guys. But let's go ahead and get started with today's page. I love these die cuts. Look at this, the magic of winter. I really love the die cuts. I feel like every scrapbook workshop, I'm just gravitating to the exclusive papers and the die cuts. So good. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull this in. I've done some prep work. We'll slide our Versamats in so that we are ready to go. Okay. One of the things that I do with the scrapbook workshop is I do not always do this. Most of the time, I will pick my favorite. Like I love this focal right here that is on this page. So I may use that on another page if I don't do this layout. Right here, we're focusing on this. These are 3 2-page layouts, but I'm looking at this one right here. And we'll go to the bigger picture of it now. Here we go. Isn't that fabulous? Now, this is all set up for 3 pictures, but for me, I'm planning on having my picture taken with George in front of a Christmas tree at Longwood Gardens, and I'm going 5x7. I will either print it at home with some photo paper or I will send it off. I'll probably print mine at home. I don't use larger pictures all that often, but I think this one's going to be good. All right, so for this here, since we craft along together for these series now here on YouTube and I share them, I just want to make sure when you cut this piece here needs to be cut 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 if you're doing that. I do want to mention you could always go down to a 4x6 if you wanted to, and I think it would work as well. But when you make your cut at the 5 1/4 so that you are preserving the larger portion of this paper, because I have some future plans and I just want to make sure that we have enough. All right. I have big plans for this paper. We're going to need to get, we might have to add a little bit of white daisy or something to it because we are going to need more than the 5 pages that I normally do. So we'll have that coming your way. Okay, I have everything laid out. In order to get my cuts outside of this one that I have added here, all I did was go through, and it tells you which ones to attach here on page 7, and these instructions are included, but they're also free on my website. So go ahead and click on that website, and you can pick up this guide. It's printable for free. I went ahead and just went through the guide and found 2A, B, C, D, and did my cuts. That got me to there. And then I just grabbed that exclusive paper and did this cut here. All right, we are gonna grab some charcoal ink. And even though I have this lighter paper here, I wanna bring in this darker charcoal that's gonna be behind it. So I wanna grab that and add a little bit. Oh, I'm telling you, winter is upon us here. All right, so I just have a dauber. dauber out of my case, and we are going to just, I want a very fine line. So the foam of the dauber is going to work really, really good for this. Not getting too much. I just want the finest added darker charcoal on this. It will be worth it to make sure that I get that, because I know that it's going to bring a lot of dimension and that offset color. So make sure you get enough, not by pressing more, just making sure that you have a really nice edge there. I love inking techniques in general. I also feel like any time that I get messy when I'm crafting, for some odd reason, I feel more satisfied. I'm super excited because I have multiple layouts all set up. Either the cut ones are all prepped or they're ready to go, and I'm looking forward to spending this time with you guys over these next weeks. I might even be slipping in several things that are not Christmas. And by that I mean I probably am. Okay, let's put that charcoal aside. And we'll go ahead and we'll put the photo placeholder on there. I don't really need it for this, but I think it does help just to visualize since we're doing a pre-done layout. And I will share putting this picture on after Saturday. I'm sure I'm going to be super excited to pick out my favorite one and add that. All right, let's go ahead. I have this one here is the one I'm going to work on. I always use 2 Versamats no matter what. I'm going to peel up from the bottom, and all the measurements are in there in the guide. I'm starting with my base is White Daisy, and I did think about, I'm thinking about it again, inking around the edge, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it a little clean for now because that's something I can add later on. I'm just going to eyeball center this. There we go. And then I'm layering that next piece. Look at this. But look at this. It's just really pretty. Our 2-sided papers are just all that. And I knew that I wanted this to be more of a cover photo. I'm going to probably be looking at getting 7 projects out of 7 pages out of this minimum, but this will be the only one that I do that's like the guide. I have a few others planned. So this one I'm keeping pretty close to what you see. Isn't that beautiful paper on the other side? It's like, how do you decide? It's so pretty. We decide by using both. Okay. And I'll be jumping around on all of those papers. I wanted to add just a little bit of ink to the corners of this. I don't want to ink all the way around. I just want to add a little bit of that charcoal just on the corners. I think often when we start to ink, we feel like we have to ink all the way around something, but you don't. You can add, it changes your line of sight when you have shading, and it makes it feel like there's, you know, something coming from a little bit of a different angle sometimes, depending on how you shade. There's all different things you can do, but I just want to shade these, the edges. I'm a little off, as I am in life, my friends. Okay. Just turn that just a little bit more there. It's kind of why I do small dabs of my adhesive as well, instead of doing the long ones. Okay, so for this one here, it's going to lay just like this. I think this is a multi-paper, so you can take a look at it. But one of the things that I try to do, even on a multi-paper before I put it down, is I look at where my different focal points might be. I look at where I'm going and I say, is there a nicer place to put it? So if I turn it this way, you know, I can see that maybe the Christmas balls are facing a little bit better of a direction. They're going to be, a lot of these are going to be getting covered up, except for maybe the side, but there's nothing wrong with taking a little look and just seeing if it can, if you can have better placement. I one time made something and I had an upside down bird like right in the center, and all I had to do was rotate my paper. It happens, right? All right, side to side, top to bottom. There's not a lot of room there, so just kind of turn it, lay it down, make sure that, you know, you're centered. You're looking for to be about the 6, you know, at the 6 marker, give or take, if it's going to be in the center. So I'm just turning it a little bit for the placement. There we go. Okay, this is one of the die cuts. And I love this, and you also get a sheet of the exclusive paper. I know that I'm going to want to put this on here, but I'm going to want to put it a little higher because I'm planning on putting some of the embellishments at the bottom of this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the die cut. I'm going to place it first. And it gives, I want to show you this, how it gives a dimension. It gives a dimension to show you that die cut is right here. They do these shaded out. And I think it really helps. And it says if you go 4 up and 2 inches in, it's going to put it where you want it. I really like that. It paired with the Versamat, it's really perfect. I'm not going to go all the way 4 inches up though, because I want to show you what's going to happen. If you follow that, do you see how it's too high? So I went ahead and I kind of sized it out, and where it's going to be is at the 2.5 mark is what I'm going to move it down to. 2.5 up from the bottom here. And I think I'm going to like that placement a lot more. There you go. So even though it shows you all of those, sometimes, you know, you want to move a couple things around, you go ahead and move them around. I'm looking forward to going to Longwood Gardens. We're going to be spending the afternoon into the evening there. So it's going to be really nice to see the changeover and all the lights. There we go. Really nice. Okay, so now we have some embellishments. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. And I'm looking at the embellishments and kind of what I want to do. And I know I'm going to have to move some stuff. I went ahead and used my anti-static pouch to take some of the adhesive off my stickers. This is how I always put foam tape on. Always, always. But what it also allows you to do is lay out some of your stickers so you can decide if you want to use them or not. So I'm going to kind of lay my stickers out. They still have a little bit of stick to them. And I also have some die cuts pulled here as well. I really like this date, and I saw that they had it at the top center, and I thought that's going to be really cute. This little sticker here off of the sticker sheet. And I thought that one was going to work. It looks like all things are working out, except I got to move that date over. Super cute. And then we had some journaling strips. And this one was a weird one for me. Right here, there's a piece that kind of shows like this glitter that's right there on top of it. And I couldn't find that. And I was like, I don't know where that is. But it says optional. Embellish with glitter glue and liquid pearls, then set aside to dry. And I think that that is that piece right there. So if you're looking for that and it doesn't match up, let me grab. I think it's this one right here on your die cuts. I got stuck there for a moment. Okay, so there is that, and I think that that's really cute. I don't want a ton of stuff on top of my picture, and that's what having this place holder there is going to help me with, but I am going to put some stuff on top. I just don't want to cover up too much. Picked up a little something there. And this is why I also wanted to make sure I brought in that little bell sticker, is because they're on the bottom of this. I think right there is looking good. Just a couple of tidbits of information. So I don't need a lot. I only need a little bit. There we go. We have a tag. A little tag is going to go right there. I have a sticker, which is the good tidings. And I'm actually just going to use one of the journaling strips like it is, I think, and try to center the good tidings there on the bottom, because I saw that that would work. All right. We have these 2 little dovetails, and they're supposed to go up here behind the bells, but I don't know, it kind of felt like it was getting, when I was looking at it on here, I thought, would it get top heavy? Would I like it? So I'm going to see if I want to move these 2 little dovetails. I think they need to stay together. They're die cuts. They're on your sheet. I want to see if I maybe want to put them down here at the bottom, since I'm doing something a little different. Okay, and then right here, there is another little sticker, and it's this pine cone over here. We'll grab that, and I just wanted to share and show. you just anti-static pouch. Now, one thing that I do is I have 2 of these. This one is just for my stickers. I use it for adhesive and everything else. But when I'm embossing, I use this one that I keep really clean and closed away because I wouldn't want to accidentally add adhesive when I'm embossing. So I never use the same one. Okay, so that's going to go right here. And I think this is looking pretty good. And I think I kind of like what I have going on here. Going back and forth now. I'm looking at this and I'm looking at what I have. And I can see that they've added, you know, another little sticker right here. You know, there's like this little merry and joyful. I don't think I'm going to need that because I just have the one photo. Let's go ahead and go for it. I'm thinking I love it. So we're, you know, what's not to love? They did such an incredible job. Let's grab some foam tape. Okay. Here we go. My favorite foam tape, you guys know I share it all the time, is to purchase the Shaker window foam and acetate for the slimline cards. It is the best bang for your buck. You get the acetate and the frames, and then you get all the pre-cut pieces. It really is the best bang for your buck. So you'll see me use those all the time for my scrapbooking. All right, I don't want to lose what I have here. Everything is down except those embellishments. So I'm going to just kind of work one little area at a time instead of pulling them all off. We'll just work one little area at a time. Okay. And for those of you who have been with me for a long time, you know I use way too much foam tape. I am going to just peel these 2 here. So I'm able to slide my photo under this. And I want it to come on top of my photo. Not too much, just a little bit because I don't have my photo right now. All right, for this one here, it's going to go on top of that bell. So I want to support it with a little bit of foam tape on the one end. On that far right. So we'll do 2. And we'll just add a tiny bit of adhesive, which is always great that you can just add a little more adhesive. There we go. Layer that over. Decision. So on here, they do not have where it comes over the edge. It just goes to this very center, but you could take it over the edge if you like that. Now, my bell is further over, so that's something to consider while we're putting this on. I think I'm going to move it down just a little bit, and it's going to go right there. So I'm not going past that edge, but it's pretty close, just to making room for that. All right, our little date is going up at the top, and my date I'm tucking behind where my photo will be, but not behind my mat. It just provides a little break that I like. I'm just going to center that. There we go. I always turn my pieces over and put them down, and then I can't find them. So we're going to try to keep track of all my pieces while we do this video. All right, that little, oh, it's so pretty. The foil on these are so pretty. I will go in and add some stickles when we're done. But if you want to do it ahead of time, I think I do not want my adhesive to be right here, because that's going where my photo is going to be. So I'm just rubbing that off. You can use your eraser if you need to too. Your rub and remove eraser. We should all have one of those. Okay. I'm going to put that up pretty high, higher than the bell, and pull it over. There we go. The Good Tidings, I'm doing the same thing, just some adhesive towards the one side for right now. I can always add a little bit of adhesive. Notice that's looking a little bit crooked, kind of like me in life. I'm using the line for this Good Tidings. I'm using the actual line of that journaling block, the framed line. Let me show you. The Good Tidings fits, the sticker fits perfectly from there to there. All right, and then I have this here. I'm going to put this on with the smallest amount of adhesive because I don't even know that I'm going to want to put something on this one. I may want to, you know, peel this off and let it go. We'll figure that out. Okay, there we go. This here, I'm going to need to journal on this. Maybe only a tiny bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put the smallest amount of foam tape so I have the page done. I'm just ripping off that little bit. I can always slide under there with my scissors and give it a snip, but at least this way I have it. And I want to make sure that this is above that die cut that we have there. That line, I'm kind of lining it up so that's above that die cut. There we go. I'm going to rub these two. There we go. And they're kind of stuck there now, but I'm going to just give them a little bit of help with a piece of washi tape. That way they just stay there and they're nice and perfect, because we're going to go ahead and put this on with some foam tape. I do want these supported. I like to support my pieces because since I use a lot of foam tape and paper is heavy, it is so heavy. I like to make sure that my albums are well supported and I don't end up, you know, having things that are concaved. Okay, there we go. Way more foam tape than you need, but you know, guys, I have problems. All right, just making sure that it's where I want it to be here at the bottom. And I think I love it. All right, I'm just gonna peel off some of it for now. And then after I get my photo on, I will go ahead in there and peel off a few others by just using my piercing tool. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be such a great cover picture for this. One last little one here. Just going to be added right here over. Okay, and now let's add the bling that I'm currently obsessed with. This is the Silver Bells bling. I just need so much of this in my life. I keep ordering more because I love it, and it's not just going to go with this. Look at these. They're gorgeous. Every single one of them is a glitter gem. They are gorgeous. Okay. All right. And it kind of shows you they have 3 down here and they have 3 up here, but then you don't want to forget the little one that's right there. And then there's a couple over here. There's a couple up there. And that might be one of the reasons why I liked this page so much, is that it shows all the things. So I'm going to just kind of take a look and see what size I want that to be. I think I'm going to go with a medium on it. There we go. All right, let's swap over to the white. I'm going to start with the big one. And since my layout is a little bit different, I just, you know, kind of want to be mindful of that. We're going to do, I should have started at the top. I always start in the middle, and then I say to myself, I really wish I had started those at the top. All right, there we go. And we'll have 3 right there. And we'll come over here. I wonder if I want to be underneath of it as I add my 3. I'm going to go underneath. And then I'm going to put 2 on the top. Remember, my spacing is a little different because of the picture. The photo layout is different. Okay, and then I want to switch now because I want to get all the colors in here. And this was a tough one for me because on this, they showed under. And I'm adding a picture, and then it really clicked for me. It was 2 of the medium ones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 large, and I'm putting it off to the side instead of on the bottom, and it's going to go on the mat right there, and 2, and there we go. And I think that has all the things that I am looking for. I think this is going to be an amazing cover picture. The exciting thing for me is I have absolutely no idea which tree is going to end up being my favorite. I have no idea what to expect. I've never been there, but I've heard it's absolutely gorgeous. Several of our group members are regulars. They have seasonal passes, and they're telling me that it's going to just be phenomenal. All right, for this, I do want to go ahead and I want to add the little amount of stickles. And I think I'm going to go with this platinum. So I want to add that final thing on before we call it. All right, I'm just have a scrap piece of paper to get this started. I feel like I'm a little thick on that. So we're going to clean it up. And how we're going to clean it up is with our piercing tool. I don't have the line as straight as I would like it. So what I find is if you just take your piercing tool and glide it along, wipe it off. Remember, it's glue, glide it along. And even here where I felt like it didn't spread as well, that piercing tool can do wonders. Just keep wiping it off and moving the stickles. And you want to be quick because it is liquid, but it will help you kind of move it and get rid of some if you have too much. I'm very heavy-handed. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that, and it's times like this where I really feel the struggle of that, but I like knowing that I can put my tools to good use and kind of fix that. Oh, it already looks so much better. You just kind of keep looking at it, and I'm happy with it now. There we go. So I've added a little bit of that platinum stickles right there at the top, right above the good tidings. And you could even go in and, you know, add some additional little dots of that if you wanted it in other places as well. Who knows what I'll do when I'm done, right? So here we have this really turned out nice. This gorgeous cover page for my trip, my upcoming trip to Longwood Gardens. I cannot wait to see the photo of George and I in here looking all kinds of festive. We're doing new traditions. We used to spend a lot of time living in the have to, and we are really embracing trying to find joy, try new things, make new traditions. And I'm so happy you guys are going to be on this journey with us and watching us do whatever it is we end up doing, because we have some fun things on this list. I want to thank you guys for joining me today and let me create with you. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you leave me a comment, I'll be sure to get back with you. And doing those things really does help me here in the YouTube community, so I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you will join me for the remainder of this Silver Bells collection that I'm going to be working with, and you'll craft along with me. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.